Let's hear from the skipper now. Inside we go. Post-game comments from Buck Showalter.
Crab cakes.
Well, I was talking to my wife. There's some bad weather everywhere except here. I was thinking when they said we're going to start at 7 that we were looking around. Mark kept looking at me and said, "Are you sure about this?" But she was right again.
But just with the nature of this game and losing the 4-0 lead, how big was it to come right back and get the winning run and then to close it there?
I think it's. I think it started a little bit with that extra inning game with the Yankees. You know, that our guys didn't panic, and you saw some professional bats by Nicky and D. Lee against a very tough reliever. And you know, the story of the game for me was Jeremy. And you know, the game's not always fair, but Jeremy was outstanding. You know, he was running a little thin there at the end, but I think we counted 14 or 15 foul balls in the first 2 innings. He had 20-something after 3 innings to really push his pitch count up. And you know, it's glad to see it. I know our guys, but you see them come in the dugout after it. There wasn't any panic. It's a professional group.
We talked about this pregame a little bit, but when a starter, you know, like Britton last night, Guthrie tonight, he's going out there and he's putting up zeros. I mean, how much does that change the tone of the game?
Well, it creates some certain calmness. You know, anytime you come in, you play a team with the rotation, you know, like Boston has. You know that runs are, you know, you got to stay in the ball game, and it all revolves around, especially with the way that Beckett's been pitching this year, revolves around the starts you get. And you know, when we get those type of starts, and it shouldn't be any big revelation. You know, we're going to be pretty competitive with anybody, and but that's what you have to have. We said it last night. You've got to have a good start to beat the good pitchers, and Beckett's pitching as well as anybody in the league right now.
Buck, is part of the value of having the guy with Vlad's track record. You have a little funky play there with Markakis at a tough situation, and he pokes the next pitch right
Yeah,
through
they just don't get too. We talk about it all the time, not dwelling too much in the moment. Move on to the next thing, whether something good happens or something bad happens, and you know that's a big karma change of that game. Because it looked like they had an opportunity there to potentially get out of it, and I can't fault Nicky. You know, the grass this time of year is real thick, and the ball just didn't roll very far, and you got to go with your first thought there. Just bang, bang there. I think he bounced off the I thought he might have been safe until I didn't see Nick argue, and I figured that you know, he must have been out. I haven't even seen it yet, but he said he bounced off the foot or something. You guys probably know more about it than I do, but that's a big momentum change. That's a karma change, whatever you want to call it. You know, age of Aquarius, whatever they called it back then.
But was it tough not to think of the PA play at the plate with Chamberlain in New York?
Never crossed my mind. Now I'll think about it. Thanks. No, you can't. Bless you. You can't. Just can't. Yeah, it's a challenge mentally, but you can't dwell on those things, good or bad. Bless you again. But he, I don't think Vladdy spent much time thinking about it. What do y'all think? I mean, he's looking for something hard he can hit hard, and I like our chances there with the infield in. But you know, first breaking ball, curveball that D saw with 2 strikes, that's a pretty good swing. I think it was 2 strikes, wasn't it?
A couple days ago, we were talking about Derek Lee slumping, but 3 hits, 2 yesterday. Really.
Well, the game was fair tonight because it gave D a couple of. He'd be the first to tell you the one that I don't know if Pedroia would have had the first one. The pitcher doesn't deflect, and the other one, you know, it's going to end up being out most of the time. But it was fair tonight because he deserved a couple of those breaks. And you know, talking to Kevin Gregg the other day about D. Lee, he played with him in Chicago, was kind of revealing a little bit about where he is, what I thought, and what he is.
Buck, I only saw the mannerisms, but was Beckett yelling at the, Scott for not running the ball?
I have no idea.
Did you catch any of that?
Yeah, I saw it, but we didn't dwell on it. I think he's just frustrated. I don't know. Don't really dwell on those things.
Buck, that play with Markakis throwing out Ortiz, it seemed like the Red Sox were building a little
That's a
momentum.
that's a good point. We'll kind of somehow forget about Nicky's play at the plate. I've said many times that the throw of the plate, there's not a better tagger that I've ever had in Weeders. He's something. He is fearless, but that play, will probably go forgotten. I'm sorry, you asked a different question than what I answered.
No.
I do that a lot. I thought Robbie had a big bunt for a hit. Got this, executed it well.
But were you hoping to get Accardo through the 8th there and then go to Koji in the 9th? Or is that?
That's one of the thoughts. Plus, we knew we had Koji there. He only threw 9 pitches and was at the top of his game. And we knew we had Koji to come in there if there was an issue. And hoping to get an out there with Rapata, who's going to do that job for us. I think he probably threw strike 1, but didn't get the call and ended up turning the whole bat around a little bit. But didn't give Koji much wiggle room there. But Kevin very quietly last 2 days has been pretty impressive against a good club.
Mark, how big a lift is it in your mind for a team? You've had a couple of big throwouts to the plate. That particular play, how big an emotional lift is that?
It's just I don't want to go back to karma again. It's just, something looks like something good's not going to happen, then you do something defensively to keep it from happening. And that's an ultimate team play. I used to have this semi-argument with the web gym people at ESPN that, the ability it takes to make all ends of that play compared to somebody just diving, catching a ball and then falling down. That's a catch the baseball, throw the baseball, throw it accurately from 300 feet or whatever it was, 250, catch the ball, tag the runner. I mean, there's a lot of things that have to happen for that to execute. And I'm always doubly proud of a great defensive play. There's a lot of things have to happen. It's an epitome of a team play.